Hey guys, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. I always have to start with I digress. But it is October 17th. I'm filming the November videos and I was like, oh, I'll get in a little, this is not festive, but like a sweater. It's fall. It is 70 degrees and beautiful and sunny in Seattle on October 17th. No. I mean, yes, but no. Not correct. Anyway, how are we? So it's holiday time. We're gonna have a glass of wine time, and this is not just any glass of wine. This is from Gargiulo Vineyards. This is the, I don't know why I'm doing that, the April wine from Gargiulo Vineyards. And if you are not familiar with that, that is April Gargiulo of Vintner's Daughter. And this is 98% Sangiovese and 2% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is delicious. It is $3.45. It's early for wine, but cheers, it's November, it's the holidays, we're celebrating. It's so good. April, it is so good. Oh my God. And this is sadly my last bottle. Don't worry, I'm gonna enjoy it too with like dinner later. Letting it breathe, it's open, it's lovely. But let's jump, okay, again, after that. That's why it's Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. There's always like a topic, but you know, we just go off on tangents. That's why I should just have like a running one that like plays every Wednesday or something for 10 minutes of just me saying random things. Sort of the way you get thoughts out of my head anyway. Okay, hydration. I wanted to talk about hydration today because I see a lot of people, and it's not something to be confused about, it's just more of like an understanding. So, and I shouldn't say hydration, but humectants, humectant ingredients. And when people hear hydration and when they hear humectants, what that means and what it should, or what it is going to feel like. And I'm primarily speaking from my Hydrate facial serum. So Hydrate facial serum is loaded with like every humectant you can think of. Aloe, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, tamarind, hexapeptides, even a water binding agent, cucumber, and is there anything else I'm missing in there? Was that 6? I think like 6 humectants. So above and beyond just a hyaluronic acid serum. However, there's a lot of people who use it and they think it's gonna be their one and done, and they're like, oh, I don't feel like it didn't hydrate me at all. So now here's the thing, humectants. If you've ever put aloe, straight up aloe on something, it almost gives you like a tacky feeling. It is still hydrate. Sorry, as I'm talking, is this like, do I need to clean my lens? Is my face doing that? Oh, it's just the light. This is like filming 101 right now with me. Okay, get it together. The aloe, it leaves like, I don't want to say a tacky finish, but it's sort of like, it's like a film former. You know, you have that feeling. It's still hydrating, it's still being a humectant, it's still holding water in the skin. Now glycerin, on sort of the opposite end of the spectrum, I would use the term sticky. So glycerin, I actually have some raw glycerin here I should bring out, but if you've never seen it before, it's like a very syrupy, sticky, it needs to be diluted so much or else you will actually just, I mean, it's just got, like, you do not want to have it on your face. But separately, even diluting it a lot to like, 99 parts water to 1 part glycerin or something absurd like that will still give you that hydration, a teeny touch of stickiness, which again, a lot of you comment on in Hydrate and in other hydration serums or humectant serums. But again, it's not something like an oil or a balm or a wax. Tamarind, which is in some studies has been shown to have a similar feeling to similar result to hyaluronic acid of holding water in the cell. And same thing, if you ever play with tamarind, it's when you get the extract straight up like from a supplier, again, syrupy, not as much as glycerin, but if you put it on, it feels nice and silky for a second, and then it's holding water in, it's gone. It's not that occlusive, topical, it's getting into the skin, it's not staying on the surface. Then hyaluronic acid, which I've had many versions of. I've played in the labs with straight up like hyaluronic acid powder, mix it in with water, sodium hyaluronate, mix it in with water, or already having it done. Same thing, silky, 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 and then gone. So when you have a humectant-rich serum that doesn't have anything like silicones or triglycerides or any, can't think of the right word. I was gonna say like texturizer. It's not really a texturizer, like just, because also triglycerides and silicones aren't that, but something just to give it, you know, that slip, that feeling. You're gonna feel like it's gonna be applied, it's gonna absorb in, it's gonna hydrate the skin, but you are gonna feel almost, and you should, nothing. That aloe, the glycerin, the hyaluronic acid, the cucumber, the tamarind, they should all be going into the cell, holding water there. While it's still slightly damp, then you apply your oils or cream to seal it in to really keep that hydration and those humectants in the skin. But just to clarify that, it's not, you're not gonna apply it and be like, oh, because a lot of people get very confused with applying a humectant serum as opposed to applying an oil serum. Way different feelings, way different feelings. One almost feels like nothing, and one definitely feels like something. So again, a lot of companies will add silicones to their hydration serums to give the feeling of this like superficial, silky, just like silicone would, you know, texturize. I don't like silicones. I'm not anti, well, I mean, I guess you could say I am anti-silicone. I'm just silicones don't work for my skin. It's not, I'm not trying to like back up the science here. They just don't work for my skin, like plain and simple. So you can, you know, show me any report you want, they just don't work for my skin. And trust, we've tried doing my serum with silicones, with all the other, it just does not work. It's not for me, I don't like it. Again, if it's for you and it works for you, that's great. So that's why I guess I'm not super against it. I understand their point in skincare. I just can't get on with them myself, so I don't put them in my products. But I just felt like that humectant hydration discussion was really important because there's so many people, and I see it with, I'm totally blanking on the name now, the Japanese brand, same thing. People are like, I don't like feel it. It's just the way it is. Okay, it's just the way it is, but it is, so. But I hope that helps. So I hope that like alleviates some confusion. You're not really, you know, when you're getting a hydration serum, it's not really something you feel, it's more something you see. You see a more hydrated skin, you don't see those superficial dehydration lines, you see more of a plumped skin. I always use the analogy, which it's best for, you know, and I keep having to explain myself with this stuff. It's the same thing. No, pores do not open and close. Is it a great analogy? Yeah, sort of. So like that's why people use it. You know, it's when you heat the skin up, it softens and it releases impurities, and when it's a little bit colder, it sort of tightens up. But so the pore's not opening and closing. But so as long as you know that analogy. But for me, raisin to a grape is sort of like the hydration serum. Raisin, those lines you see on a raisin, think of them as dehydration lines, and then rehydrating that, putting it full of humectants and water, and it plumps up. Same thing, you get that plump, sort of almost tight, taut feeling in the skin as it hydrates. So again, more something you're gonna see than feel. If you are feeling it, there's probably additional things in there, silicones, triglycerides, sometimes even oils, which is fine, but sort of defeats the purpose of a humectant serum to me. Anyway. Again, I digress. But anyway, I hope you found that hopeful. I hope you found that helpful. Cheers, I've only had one sip. I'm gonna have red lips and red teeth by the ends of my filming today. And I hope you enjoy it. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.